Hello everyone, this episode is titled Mandatory Insurance Policy. This is the second person of favorite abuse, whose actual purpose is to suck a constant flow of money from the citizens. Insurance policies are not bad for a specific category of people. This will guarantee to pay the damage that was done to your own or somebody else's property. Whether you consider it useful in your case or not, your lack of compliance with it will inevitably lead you to pay an even greater quantity of money in the form of a fine. There are several types of mandatory insurance policies, but I will focus particularly on the mandatory car insurance policy. So in my country, this insurance policy is called the RCA insurance policy. You can find information on that. I took a screenshot from the internet, which reveals what this insurance policy is all about and why is it mandatory. Well, the main explanation in this article is the car insurance policy is mandatory because it is mandatory. This is the only explanation they provide. Okay, so one of the reasons why you would want to have this to back you up when something bad happens could be the fact that you don't consider yourself to be either a very good driver, therefore you predict that it is very likely for you to be involved in car accidents, or maybe you want other people to take care of the mess that you or somebody else created because you want to be free of such worries. Okay, so these are two reasons why you would want such an insurance policy. Now, if you stop and think about it for a while, what would be the alternative to having such an insurance policy? Well, the answer would be probably whatever was before such an insurance policy became mandatory. So let us try to analyze other potential scenarios from our daily lives in the society and how would their result look like. So I've provided two simple cases. Imagine that you're walking on the sidewalk and somebody drops a flower pot on your head from a tall building. You will most likely be injured and would want some compensations for the damage done to you, okay? Next, imagine that you're walking on the sidewalk and somebody decides all of a sudden to start beating you to a pulp because he isn't fond of the clothes you're wearing. Again, you will be injured most likely and would want some compensations for the damage done to you. Okay, so how would any of these cases be handled for you? In the same way, every situation which results in injury or property damage is dealt with inside the society by appealing to the judicial system to file a complaint and then let it decide which is the culprit and how would the damage be compensated for the victim. Okay? This is the normal thing to do. Hope everyone agrees. Let's have a look now at a price sheet for the year 2015, which I downloaded from the internet. Price sheet for the mandatory car insurance policy for my country. We can see here this column is for persons which are more than 30 years old, and this is for people that are less than 30 years old. These are the personal cars with different engine capacities, ordered ascending from top to bottom. Okay, and these are the prices in the national currency. Okay, take a good look at this and maybe scroll back if you forgot anything. The first thing which is observed there is the fact that people which are less than 30 years old are forced to pay double or triple the cost of the insurance. Okay, you can see this here. Okay, and for the people which are less than 30 years old, it's double. In this case is triple. Okay. The second thing observed is the range of prices for a normal auto vehicle, also referred to as a personal car, which starts at 200 euros and 400 euros for people which are less than 30 years old, and ends at 650 euros. These prices are calculated per year. The price sheet also reveals that the people which come up with the numbers for these taxes know exactly the ages of all the registered drivers which own a personal car, and then raise or lower these numbers in order to maximize their income. For example, the highest taxes are for those which own cars with smaller engines and which are less than 30 years old, which means that the richer people have to pay less, and the less rich and younger people, which are the majority anyway, will have to pay more. Okay. If you would not pay any insurance taxes while not producing car accidents for which you are the culprit, you would save sums between 2,000 euros, 4,000 euros for people which are less than 30 years old, and all the way to 6,500 euros every 10 years, which for anyone has to mean something as a sum. Now, there are people which don't have the necessary income to buy a car in a short period of time, and when they finally get their car, it doesn't have to become a source of constant drainage of your finances. So everyone is free to create all sorts of imaginable insurance policies. For example, I'll try to be a bit funny here. There could be an insurance policy which buys you a brand new set of clothes after peeing yourself in a public area, because there was no toilet in a particular range. However, that doesn't mean that everyone must be forced to constantly contribute to such a budget. As a conclusion, insurance policies have to be nothing other than optional, because there are people which are very confident in their ability to stay away from trouble, and which consider that the judicial system is enough to resolve the conflicts that could arise. Instead of contributing constantly to the insurance policy's budget, people could save that money for when they're actually needed to pay for the damage they caused to others out of their own fault. So if anyone feels the way that I do, please remember and share this idea to other people, so that one day we can demand the suppression of this law's existence. Thanks for watching.